Before you took your first breath, before your name was given, before your mother held you and your father counted your fingers, the universe already knew you were coming. A star in a distant galaxy had been burning for 4 billion years, sending its light on a long, long journey, arriving at your window on the exact night you needed it most. That is not coincidence. That is not luck. That is God, arranging things before you even knew you needed them arranged. Close your eyes. Feel where you are right now. The floor beneath you, the air in your lungs, the soft, invisible weight of the world pressing gently against you, reminding you that you are here, that you exist, that this moment is real. This is Earth. She is 4.5 billion years old, and she has never once forgotten her purpose: to hold life, to carry it, to be the ground beneath feet that do not always know where they are going. Earth woke up long before us. She learned warmth from the sun. She learned patience from the mountains. She learned how to give from her rivers, rivers that pour themselves into oceans and ask for nothing back. She learned how to begin again from seasons, how to let go in autumn, how to wait in winter, how to rise again in spring, even when no one is watching, even when no one says, "Well done. Thank you. We needed this." The earth rises anyway, and she rises because something greater told her to. Something that said, "Be the ground for my people. Hold them when they fall. Feed them when they are empty. And never, ever stop spinning. Because someone on the other side needs the morning." Somewhere on this earth, a child is being born right now. Not metaphorically. Right now, as these words exist, a baby is taking its first breath, opening its eyes to a blinding world, crying the oldest cry in human history. The cry that says, "I am here, I am real, I am afraid, please, someone hold me." And someone does. Every single time, somewhere, someone holds that child. Because God made sure of it. He placed love inside people before he placed people on earth. He stitched tenderness into human hands so that when a helpless thing arrived, the hands would know exactly what to do. Reach out, hold close, protect. The baby doesn't know this yet. It only knows warmth. It only knows the sound of a heartbeat, which for 9 months was the whole universe. But one day that child will grow, and one day it will stand alone in a room and wonder if it is loved. And God will smile, not because the question is silly, but because the answer is so enormous it cannot fit inside a human mind. Yes, He will say in the language of sunrises, an unexpected kindness, and doors that open right when you needed them to. Yes, you were loved before you were born. Earth has seen things no book has ever fully recorded. She has seen civilizations rise, cities of stone and ambition and song, and she has seen them fall back into the dust they came from, quietly, without drama, the way all things return to what they were before pride got involved. She has seen the first human look up at the night sky and feel for the first time that particular longing, that ache with no name, the retch toward something beyond, and know without being told that there was something out there larger than themselves, that longing is not accidental. God placed it there, like a homing signal, like the tug of a thread, like the way a river never stops moving because it knows, without thinking, that the ocean is waiting. Every prayer ever whispered, every candle ever lit in a cold church or a warm temple, or a quiet room where someone had nothing left but a match and a hope. Earth has held all of it and carried it upward, because the ground beneath you is not indifferent. It is sacred. It was made to be the floor of a very large story, a story whose author has never put down his pen. The child grew, as children do, too fast and not fast enough. Her name was Priya. She lived in a city that never slept, in an apartment on the 5th floor where the elevator was always broken and the stairs smelled of old rain. She was 26 years old. She was the kind of person who remembered everyone's birthday but forgot her own, who cooked extra rice every time because someone might be hungry, who laughed loudly in public and cried very quietly at night. She carried things. She carried her mother's expectations, sharp and heavy as stone, about the right job, the right husband, the right version of a daughter. She carried her own dreams, soft and fragile as paper, of writing, of making something that mattered, of being known for something she had actually chosen. She carried the memory of her father, who left when she was 9, and took something with him that she had no name for yet, only a gap, shaped like a man, in the center of her chest. She carried all of this to work every morning, smiled it away in meetings, set it down carefully in the elevator. Oh wait, the elevator was always broken. Carried it up 5 flights of stairs, sat it on the kitchen floor while she made tea, and then lay down beside it in the dark and said nothing, because who was there to tell? It was a Tuesday in October, not a dramatic night, not a night of storms or signs or obvious symbolism. Just a Tuesday, the kind that exists only to be endured, the kind that asks nothing of you and gives nothing back. Priya sat on her balcony, 5th floor, broken elevator, cold cup of tea. She looked up. The city was glowing orange from the street lamps, but high enough above the haze. 1 star. Just one. Stubborn and small and very, very far away. She stared at it for a long time. And then, quietly, in a voice barely above breath, she said, "Is anyone there? Does anyone know how tired I am? Not tired like sleepy, tired like I have been carrying this for so long and I don't know what I'm walking toward and I don't know if any of it means anything. And I just want someone to tell me that I am not invisible, that this life, this ordinary, unspectacular, difficult life matters, that I matter to someone, to anyone, to you, if you are there." Silence. The star didn't move. The city kept glowing. A rickshaw honked somewhere below. She wiped her eyes, went inside, washed her cup, went to sleep, and thought, maybe there is no one there. Here is what Priya did not know. At the same moment she sat on that balcony, a woman named Sunita, 3 floors below, was baking something sweet at midnight because she could not sleep, and would tomorrow morning leave a plate outside her door with a small note that said, "For whoever needs something warm today." A boy named Aryan, 2 streets away, was writing a letter he would never send to the girl he loved, and accidentally writing the most beautiful thing he had ever written, which he would later, years from now, read aloud at a gathering and make a room full of strangers feel utterly and completely understood. A doctor named Rajan, in a hospital across the city, was delivering a baby. And in the exhausted, sacred hush of that delivery room, briefly forgot every hard thing about his life and remembered only this, that being present at the arrival of a soul is the closest a human can come to touching the face of God. All of this happening, all of this connected, all of this held together by something invisible and enormous and deeply, deeply intentional. God was not absent on that Tuesday in October. He was everywhere, in the warm plate outside a door, in the unsent letter, in the first cry of a newborn, in the cold star above a city that a tired woman looked at and called out to. Not knowing, the whole universe leaned in to listen. Leave Earth behind now. The moon first, quiet, loyal, ancient. She has watched over the earth for billions of years. She pulls the tides. She lights the way for those who walk at night. She waxes and wanes without complaint, always returning, always full again, always reminding us that disappearing is not the same as being gone. Past the moon, the sun, do not look directly, but feel it, that impossible furnace of light that asks nothing of you except to let it warm you. Every morning it rises, not because it has to, because that is its purpose, to give light, to give warmth, to make things grow. Can you imagine a love like that? Rising every day for billions of years for people who barely look up. That is God, expressed in fire, past the sun. The planets now, Mercury, small and scorched. Venus, bright and veiled in cloud. Mars, red and silent, carrying the ghost of water on its ancient skin. A reminder that things can change, that water can disappear, but that the story is never truly over. Jupiter, vast, storm-tossed, magnificent. Its great red eye has been spinning for over 300 years. A storm larger than the earth itself, turning and turning in the side of a giant, and no one asked it to stop. Saturn's rings, so thin from the edge they seem to disappear, so wide from above, they seem to hold the whole planet in a halo. Beauty with no audience, beauty for its own sake, beauty because God made it and God does not make things halfway. Past Neptune and the cold dark edges of what we call our solar system, into the between space. Here it is very quiet. No wind, no sound, just light. Traveling in every direction. Ancient light from ancient stars crossing the void with perfect patience to reach an eye somewhere that might appreciate it. Come back now, back through the galaxies, back past the stars that waited, back through the solar system, past Saturn's patient rings, past Jupiter's ancient storm, past the red silence of Mars, back to Earth, the blue-green beauty of her, and the universe, all 2 trillion galaxies of it, will lean in, the way it always does, from the dust of this earth to the farthest edge of all that is. God sees everything. God sees everyone. God sees you.